They said, what's your thoughts on Yeat?
I feel like this is something else I can go. He's hard though.
I didn't hear what you said before that. What'd you say?
He's hard.
Oh, type shit. He is. Shout out to Yeat.
Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of late to this topic, but Ian and Yeat are kind of competing. And if you've been following Ian's career, you would kind of know that there's some subtle tension between him and Yeat. And to me, it's clear more than ever at this point that Yeat does not like this guy, and Ian just has to accept it. So before we even go into anything, let me just explain what's happening. Alright, so like 5 days ago or something, I don't even remember, Ian was on Blackboy Max's stream and he announced the release of his next album, Goodbye Horses. Alright, so he announced the date and it was 2 weeks from now, right? And everyone's like, oh my god, Goodbye Horses, this and that. He showed the cover and everything, and guess what? He announces Lyfestyle is dropping the same day. Now, Ian's cool and all, but you know, Yeat's just on a whole new other level, right? So this was kind of just Yeat stomping on him, just stepping on his neck, saying, alright, it's time to end this guy once and for all, alright? If you don't know, Yeat from the very beginning of his career has always had Yeat allegations. A lot of people were just like, yo, it's just some guy with some Yeat preset, the ad-libs, the rapping style. And by the way, guys, he's like totally influenced by him. There's no denying it. There's just nothing, can't say it. Anyways, after Yeat announced that he was dropping the same day as Ian, there was a whole lot of discourse on Twitter, on Reddit, on Instagram, and people were just like, damn, you know, like who are we gonna listen to first, blah, 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 a little bit. And you know, for the most part, everyone was saying Yeat. But guess what? Ian was not gonna let go without a big fight. He was like, you know what? He actually like made a great move. And it was a very odd move, and whoever came up with this was quite smart. What they decided to do was they had Ian basically clone like a Yeat 2093 type song. So he basically sounded like Yeat on a Yeat type beat and even like copied the ad-libs super accurately, okay? Now, why did they do this? So the reason why they did this is to stir up the discussion between him and Yeat. They want Ian to get compared to Yeat. They're like, all right, you want to drop the same day as you? We're going to leech onto your attention. We're going to take as much, we're going to try to siphon off as much of your fans, as much as your hype into our album and our rollout as possible. And that's why they did this. Because guess what now? Everyone's going to be like, you know, when the album drops, they're going to be like, who are you going to listen to first? Who's this going to happen? And I'm going to be honest, everyone's listening to Yeat first. Like, who's listening to Ian first? Are you crazy? And I'm not going to lie, like, all I can say is it's smart. Like, you know, as a Yeat fan, it's like, damn, bro, this guy Ian is good. What the fuck? Like, how do you come up with that, bro? You got to give it to him, you know? Like, good for you. Well played. Like, I'm sure Yeat is thinking like, yo, well played. What? Who would have thought? So, yeah, it's clearly like a troll. They're definitely pushing it a lot. I mean, they posted the preview of Ian's song to YouTube as a snippet, which, you know, who does that? And yeah, very smart move. However, you know, I could go over all these tweets and all these people reacting to it online. They're basically just calling Ian a Yeat clone, blah blah blah, but they're doing exactly what Ian wants them to do. They're keeping his name, you know, just circulating. They're talking about him. That's what he wants. All right, so I just want to go a little deeper into actually the comparisons between Yeat and Ian, all right, and just the whole like event in general, but past the little marketing gimmicks. All right, so first of all, when we're comparing what Ian's gonna do and what Yeat's gonna do, it's like night and day. All right, I feel like if Yeat drops a rap album, he can easily do like 70, like 50 to, he can do 50 to like 90K. I'm not even joking. Like, he's got a lot of hype and a lot of fans. All right, you understand? Ken Carson, A Great Chaos, did like 55K first week. He can easily pass that. He's doing bundles or whatever, it's gonna be even more. Like, no brainer, all right? So he's gonna sell very well, all right? The next thing you gotta understand is Yeat and Ian's projects are gonna look a little different. You know, Yeat is one of the few artists who, he can drop a 20 to 30 a 20 to 30 track album, and he genuinely will have fans listening to the entire thing. And I don't know if you guys know this, but in Lyfestyle, he dropped twice the same week to boost the first week sales. So if he does something like that, even better, you know what I mean? Another thing people also gotta understand and remember is he kind of has a chip on his shoulder. The 2093 album, it was cool, but people weren't really too hot on it because at the end of the day, it wasn't like a rap hip hop album. It was a bit experimental, you know? So he is coming to shove and like, yo, I still got this. You know, that's why he dropped like, what was that one song on SoundCloud, like Turn Me Up or whatever? Like, he's gonna come back hard. At least that's what I'm anticipating, and other artists but other fans are anticipating. So let's go to Ian, all right? What is Ian gonna do? First of all, if Ian drops an album longer than 10 songs, it's finished. Like, yo, we're not listening to that shit. You know what I mean? He could try and do the thing where he drops more songs in the same week to boost sales, but all right. The next thing is his last project actually sold 17K first week. Remember, Sofago didn't even chart. They didn't even count the sales, meaning that like Ian had something being pulled for him. I will say Magic Johnson, his song that went crazy on TikTok, was like trending, was a trending sound, so that must have helped for sure. But there's no way that his album Valedictorian did 17K first week. All right. They also had Figure It Out, and this other song called Grand Slam. I guess Figure It Out was the song that blew him up. They had this other single called like Never Stop. It was all cool, but nobody is returning to the album. All right. That album was Ian like just realizing, yo, I gotta drop. You know, I have this hype. I can't just like let it. Like if Ian didn't drop that tape and he was dropping this album now, his name would not still be in the discussion. All right. It would not be as much. It would be much tougher for him. You know. So him spacing out his projects like this was quite smart. But here's the thing. No one is going back to Valedictorian. You know what I mean? It has like, the songs don't really have that type of replay value. A lot of them kind of sound similar. I mean, they're cool, but you know, he sticks to his producer soprano a lot, so it's kind of on the same vibe. If that makes sense. It's like, all right, you know, cool. You know, I remember Figure It Out. I remember Never Stop, Bentayga. The songs are cool, but I'm not really going back to listen to them, you know? So with Goodbye Horses, he has to create something with some sort of lasting power. You know, he's worked for some more months. He has to actually make something that people listen to, and you know, it sticks. I feel like Valedictorian didn't stick. You know, the other thing is he doesn't have like a trending sound right now. You know, End Up Gone is the last single he released. It's cool, but it's not like anything crazy. You know what I mean? It's not blowing up or going crazy. So for his sales wise, like I don't really know what he's gonna do. Are they gonna juice it up? Who knows? If they do, cool, but you know, it is what it is. The next thing is what's on the line for both of these artists. So honestly, neither of them can really flop. I feel like, but it's different, you know. If Yeat flops, it's like, God, all right, we might actually have a problem here, but he's still good, you know, like still gonna be rich and whatever, nice catalog, fan base. If Ian flops, it's over for him, you know. He's still on very thin ice as far as his career goes, I would say. However, at the same time, you know, to me, you know, as smart as this whole marketing thing he did with Yeat, and he's really just kind of like pulling Yeat's leg at this point, like just messing with him, like just trolling him back. What Yeat did was still very damaging to Ian, you know. I do think the majority of fans are going to listen to Yeat, and I don't think they're going to take as much time with Ian. You know, you gotta also understand that like Yeat has Summers on this project. He might have Drake on this project. Apparently he even has Laserdisc on this project. I'm not even joking. Like, let me show you these DMs real quick. Like, he might just be tripping, but you know. And by the way, like Yeat is really going for sales. I mean, look, he is individually signing every DVD and vinyl, which is yeah, he wants those first week sales. If you remember, that's what Destroy Lonely did to pump up his really shitty album. So if Yeat drops a good album, imagine how well that's gonna do. Another thing about like these whole bundles is like in this digital age, as we're moving into streaming, like fans want memorabilia. It actually is like more, I'm not gonna say more, but it means something. It's like a collector's item. It's like, wow, you know, I have something physical in my hand. It's cool. I feel like people my age are like, wow, I don't know, if you're just like more of an enthusiast of a certain artist, it's like cool. And speaking on a note of being an enthusiast of an artist, I don't think I don't think Ian has those types of fans, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think he can compete on a certain level. At the end of the day, like Yeat has the discography, he has the backing, he has all those singles, he has all those hits, he has all those connections where, I don't know, maybe we'll see like Lil Yachty on Ian's project. Maybe we'll see like Quavo. I think there's like pictures of them in the studio, but it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know if this whole like gotcha thing by Ian is gonna really work. All right, also I played it in the very beginning of the video, but Blackboy Max, I don't know why he did this. He basically asked Ian if he liked Yeat, and he was like, he's hard. Like, it's like, bro, yes, dude, we know he's hard. You use this preset on every song. Like, what? You know what I mean? But other than that, I really think Ian is kind of just in a tough spot, you know? Like, I feel like number one, we don't really know exactly what sound we're gonna get from Ian. It's like, I really don't know. He's trying this ambient thing, he's been doing this other thing, he just dropped like this Glow single, kind of. It's like, what are we getting from you? Then there's the appeal as well. It's like, this is getting old. I feel like in the beginning it was like, oh, it's like this white guy rapping like this. It's so cool. I feel like that's all worn off. I feel like he's slowly losing like the tricks under his sleeve, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And then what it really boils down to is like, do consumers really have the attention span to digest both a Yeat album and Ian's tape? Like, I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. Another thing you gotta understand is that Ian and Yeat's demographic are exactly the same. Like, look up OGM like Yeat show and from like 2021 and look at the kids in the line, and then look up that like Ian Melrose thing they did, and look at those kids, exactly the same. There's no difference between them, and I feel like all those kids that went to the Ian thing were all Yeat fans. I really think so. You know what I mean? I do not think that it's gonna bode well for Ian. I understand that people are gonna compare Ian to Yeat now. It's gonna be like, oh, it's like a thing, but at the end of the day, you gotta be on like a level playing field. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be easy. And I understand, sure, some people are gonna listen to Ian first and this and that, but just hard to beat such a strong fan base. You know what I mean? I think another part of Ian too is that his entire career has been propped up by marketing so much that, you know, it's been good marketing, but it's like, is this gonna last? You know what I mean? And I guess we'll just have to see. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I can say all this stuff, but we really have to hear the music. You know, I'm gonna check it out. Probably not on the same day that, or the night that Yeat drops, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably just gonna listen to Yeat. I do not have time for all of that. But yeah, those are really my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I don't hate Ian or anything. I just think that, I don't know. I just saw a lot of people talking about how like, oh my God, this is, you know, it is a smart move by Ian. Kind of like he's working with what he has, but is he gonna destroy Yeat because of it? It's like, I don't think so. He just got too much high ground. And by the way, another thing I also want to say is it's not really a competition. You know what I mean? It's really not. Like, we know Yeat is gonna destroy Ian. It's just, I don't even think, I'm very like unsure of if Ian is even gonna sell that well, and if he does, is it even legit? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And even if he barely hangs on, what's next? Can he just keep doing this? Like, I don't think so. I don't think people are gonna care if you just, you know what I mean? Those are just my thoughts though. I don't want to drag on this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow.